G'day mates, today's video is one of the most exciting videos I've done in such a long time. I'm not even going to do an intro, we're jumping straight in. Fortnite LAN events are back. We have a $200,000 LAN event being put on by DreamHack taking place next month. This has the whole community freaking out. I'm so incredibly hyped. A lot of people feeling a bit down about competitive right now, and for me, this has picked my spirits right back up. But a lot of people are confused exactly on how it's going to work and what's going on. So that's what I'm going to explain in today's video, because this one has the big pros going to it. Pretty much all the big names in EU are going, all the orgs like Become Legends, Wave, Falcon, they're booking out tickets, they're sending the pros. That means we're going to have like Taste and Hen and Queasy, Kami, Seti, a lot of the NA guys talking about going. I've already seen Yomzo on the list to go. I talked to Tahi about it today. We have Jinx announcing he's going all the way from Australia. He came top 20 at the last DreamHack event. This is going to be a top tier event as far as the caliber of the players going, and the prize pool's not looking too shabby. There is two events. There is a $100,000 regular solo competitive match, and there's a $100,000 no build tournament. And I know a lot of people are confused as to why they're doing a no build portion of the event. Once I explain how you actually, apply for it and qualify, I don't think a lot of people from the no building scene or taking no building seriously are gonna want to pay to fly over there, take a PC, rent a PC, and take it that seriously. But it could just be that we see a lot of these guys who are just going for the regular solo event, playing in the no build event, and it could be a really fun tournament to watch just to see how the best of the best in the world at regular competitive Fortnite compete at no building. But let's talk about how it actually works. There's three different ticket options that you can get. It is taking place in Sweden. It is going to be in June 18th to June 21st at this city. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff like this, so I'd rather not butcher it. The way this translates into US dollars, it's usually the most, currency you guys all know. It's about $109 for the first option, which is all 3 days, $249 for the second option, and $299 for the third. So there's just the regular setup, which is the first one. You get a table, you're going to have the internet connection, you're going to get the chair, all that kind of stuff, nothing too fancy. Then the premium setup is obviously where you get meals, you get drinks, you get a better chair. Looks like you might even get a better internet connection if you go up to the premium LAN option as well. But you are noticing in this as well, you are paying for a ticket and a table. You are not paying for a PC. You need to either bring your own PC and set up or rent one when you're there. Now, I've talked to a lot of pros. It looks like the rental options are not too insane right now. I saw this information. The PCs you can rent are going to be i5 8400 2.8 gigahertz, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and then GeForce GTX 1070. So they're not insane. A lot of pros are used to dealing with far better setups, so I think most pros are going to try to take their own setup if they can. The US pros are going to struggle a lot more with that one, trying to get their setups over there, because shipping and just traveling with setups is an absolute nightmare. The Europeans might be a bit better, especially the big orgs. I can imagine they can take setups and kind of travel with them on a bus or something, and it'll be far better for them. Players can try to rent them over there from different sources. It doesn't have to be through DreamHack, but you're already seeing how this event's going to work. It's just like all the other DreamHacks. You have to rent a space, you get a ticket to go, and you have to bring your PC. There are not online qualifiers. The way the qualifiers work is they happen at the event. So yes, you are booking this ticket in the hope that you qualify and earn something. Most players going will run at a negative, and I think a lot of people are upset, and I've seen a lot of people getting down about that, but that is how regular esports work. A lot of LAN events, or if you think about Rocket League, Valorant, usually it's orgs. Orgs will buy and they'll pay for the spots at a tournament. They'll take their players and they hope to earn money and exposure, and that's how it pays for itself. It's only Fortnite where players can just really sit from the comfort of their own home, play in these $1 million tournaments every other week, earn a bunch of money, and it doesn't really take any commitment. So I've seen a lot of people on socials upset about that, like DreamHack should be flying people out, but there's just no real way that event can function. That's why Fortnite hasn't run a LAN event and doesn't look like they are in the near future. Hopefully this means they will. It's because they're quite expensive to fly people out, pay for the setups, put up the prize pool. This way it makes a bit more sense. And if this is how it works for DreamHack, I'm all for it, because there's a lot of top tier pros going. It's going to be incredibly exciting. But if you want to compete, you want to test your chances, I mean, honestly, it's just going to be an experience either way. You don't have to obviously compete to go. It is still an event at the end of the day. DreamHack does a lot of cool stuff. It's only about $30 for a day pass if you're in Europe or you want to go and just, see the event for yourself. It's going to be very cool. But I just want to make sure people understood how it works. The way the qualifiers look like they're most likely going to work, we don't have the exact format, but I'm going off the previous DreamHack format because I guess it'll be somewhat similar. Anyone who bought a ticket was able to complete in the opens. There was 2 different heats. You could play in both heats, but if you qualified from heat 1, you weren't allowed to play in heat 2. And from those 2 heats, they took 200 players each, making 400 400 players. They played in the semifinals, and from that top 400, the best 100 went through to the grand finals, and that's where they played grand finals. We don't know if that's going to be the format, but I'm going to guess most likely they'll keep the format pretty similar. This does now open the possibility that Fortnite are going to start running their own LAN events. I don't think they're going to jump straight back in with a World Cup or anything, but we could hopefully see some kind of a skirmish or some kind of an online qualified LAN event that you then get flown out to for a lot of those up and coming pros and pros who maybe can't actually financially afford the risk of going to this current LAN event. But it's just so exciting seeing them back, and somebody's gone on Twitter made an observation that could see even more LAN events coming back. Fortnite has now changed the way their event licensing works. So previously, up until now, there was to be no physical in-person LAN events. There have been smaller things like the NRG event that I went to recently, but that wasn't considered a LAN event. There wasn't that many players. There wasn't a crowd. There wasn't anything like that. But Fortnite has now changed their licensing, so you can actually apply to run a LAN event. So we could see all grand LAN events, companies, people, just like we've now seen with DreamHack. So this will not be the last LAN event we see for a while. There are going to be more of them. I have seen some people talk about how there's going to be one in the NA, and they pointed to DreamHack's regular tournaments of how there's going to be so many Fortnite LAN events. Remember, DreamHack runs a lot of tournaments around the world. Not all of them have Fortnite sections. So yes, because DreamHack is starting to run so many events, it does look good that we could see other LAN events around the world, like in NA. But for now, none of them have been announced or scheduled. I saw people talking about that on social media. I just want to clear that up. Not every DreamHack event will now have a Fortnite LAN, but there's a good chance a lot of them will. So this is going to be very, very exciting for the future of Fortnite. I wanted to show you guys the actual layout because this has me so excited. As you can see, all of these seats are booking out really quick, and this is like the premium LAN section, and you can actually see who's sitting where. And if you go through it, you can already see how big this is gonna be. We've got Queasy sitting here, we have Hen sitting next to him, we have Marion's in here as well, we have Pink, we have Bloomy. Like, it's just gonna be so sick. We have the premium lounge, which is the 20+ area. I can't imagine too many of the top tier pros will be in there. There's just not many pros really going crazy these days over 20. There's a few of you guys, I see you out there. Shout out to the boomers, but I think this is where most of the action is going to be. If you look at the festival overview as well, you can actually like see how it's going to plan out. There's the premium LAN section, which we just looked at with all the players like Hen and stuff. Then you've got the 20+ one. You've also got the main stage. You've got the exhibition area. There's eating sections. They are doing an official stream, so that'll be on the main stage section. One thing I did want to talk about though is I am actually talking to DreamHack at the moment about renting a specific space there and going and doing my own kind of like viewing party mini event for this, where I'll bring pros in. They'll watch with me. I'm going to be doing like interviews with them. Baller TW and Shio did such a memorable stream doing something like this at DreamHack last time, but they had a space on the floor, and honestly, I feel like if I have to, I might do something like that, but I'm really trying to get something cool going together with DreamHack to really make this feel like a super awesome event, because you got the broadcast, that's going to be sick, but I really want to get you guys some of the content from the players, because I know it being in Sweden and a lot of people not being able to fly there and pay for the tickets and stuff, I really want you guys to feel like you're at the actual event. So I'm trying to get some cool stuff going. A lot of people keep asking, am I going? I really don't want to miss this. So even though I've been doing a lot of traveling, my background keeps changing. I've moved 4 times the last 3 months. I do really want to go to this event. So expect some cool stuff coming. All right, guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.